Girl, I know. It's July. This year has flown by. We're not where we necessarily thought we were going to be. Things are getting a little tricky. I know. And I'm not here to harp on all the things we haven't done. I'm here to remind you of the very simple fact that we have to give ourselves grace. And it's time we talk about that for you. So hey royalty, if this is your first time here, I'm Karissa. It's so great to have you. If you are a returning subscriber, babe, you already know I love you. Like, you, me, forever and ever. Now, I know it's the middle of the year. We've got to June faster than I think any of us thought we would. The older I get, the faster it moves. And I know you might be looking at this time and like, oh my gosh, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. I'm so behind on those New Year's resolutions. What were my New Year's resolutions? And I think June is that kind of wake-up call we all have, like, oh my gosh, we only have 6 months left in this year. I am halfway through. And I'm here to pop up and remind you, babe, that you also have to give yourself grace. Whatever you did not accomplish so far, whatever went wrong, all of these things, we are in the most chaotic time in society, probably in the last 50 years. You gotta remember to give yourself grace amongst this annual mid-year check-in. Because if all you're coming with is negativity about yourself, about what you have not accomplished, about the things you have not done, then you're not going to move forward. You might as well just lay down for the next 6 months if the only thing we're going to talk about is what you haven't done yet. That's not going to move you forward. You're going to have to forgive yourself for slipping up, for messing up, for having that bad breakup. Whatever situation didn't work out in this last 6 months, I want you to forgive yourself for and say, I make mistakes as a human being. And as a human being, I am learning and growing, and I am too going to overcome this and move forward in the next 6 months. You need to create a mantra for yourself where you remind yourself how powerful you are and what you can accomplish still. We are very critical as human beings. You are a critical person. You are your own biggest critic. And usually you don't have to talk to someone else to hear all the bad things about yourself. I know you have that laundry list. And I need you to put that one in your back pocket. I need you to start June off by making a list of things you have done, of the good things that have happened, of the accomplishments, whether they are big or small. And I need you to remind yourself and give yourself the flowers while you're still here. A lot of times we get to the end of our destination and then we look back like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think of how hard I worked during this journey. I am now here at the end and it's all done. And I'm like, where did it all go? I need you to take an audit of your time and forgive yourself for maybe time wasted, forgive yourself for things that didn't work out, and make a new game plan for the next 6 months. And whether this game plan is a whole bunch of new steps or maybe simply just like surviving in these times of chaos, that's okay. I want you to make these next 6 months plans with grace as your theme, with giving yourself forgiveness and acceptance in a way that we would a best friend. If your best friend did not accomplish her goals this month or the last 6 months, you wouldn't be there to pile on to her, to tell her, oh, how terrible she is, how she shouldn't have set those goals in the first place, she was overreaching. No, if you were with your best friend, you would sit down with an insane amount of grace for her, an insane amount of understanding, and you would look about the last 6 months and say, hey, look at all these things that happened, and yet you still have overcome. And that's the reminder I gotta remind you of, babe. Like, I know I can't like hold your hand while I do it, but at the end of the day, you've made it. You made it to June. You made it past all of those other obstacles, all of those things that were stopping you, and you still got here. You may not have everything figured out. Everything's still not maybe solved, but that's okay. Life isn't about having the solution. It's about finding the answer. So take your time, give yourself the love and support that you would for someone you love. And remember, like, you can't give to others without giving to yourself. If you are kind to others and cruel to yourself, that kindness that you give to others is not true. You have to be first taken care of, first loved, first watered, before you can provide for anyone else. So as you step into June, I really ask that you step into it with grace and a reminder of all that you have accomplished. No, babe, things didn't go the way we exactly thought. Maybe we're a little off from the mark. Maybe we're really off from the mark. Like, I get that. You know, things ain't exactly the way I want it to be either, but we've made it. And we're not gonna take from our accomplishments just because we didn't get first place. We still ran a marathon. You're not doing yourself any favors by being your own biggest critic. We live in a world where people are so easily canceled. We have a laundry list of things we don't like, of things we're boycotting, of things we're going wrong, that we so rarely take the time to look on the positive side of society and also ourselves. And that's what you need to move into with the next 6 months, is the realization that you can't hold yourself back. You can't constantly keep bringing up the things you haven't done as a way of thinking that's going to motivate you. Negative self-talk is rarely motivational. If I want to get someone in the gym with me, I'm not going to tell them how fat they are. That's a terrible way to start this conversation. It's going to put them on defensive. It's going to make them feel like I'm attacking them. It's going to make them feel like I'm better than them because I work out or whatever. No. So why would you come at yourself with that same energy? Like, oh, I'm big. I didn't work out in 6 months. Look how huge. Like, that's not going to make you want to get in the gym. That's not going to make you feel good about yourself. What's going to make you feel good about yourself is like, hey, look, I know I haven't walked much, but if I go out tomorrow and I just walk 500 steps, that's more than I did today. Or, you know what? Let me go out right now and go for a walk while I eat these damn Doritos, because at least I'm starting a new habit. Maybe instead of, shout out to Dave's Chicken, ordering 2 chicken sliders and cheese fries, I just hit up some fries and 1 slider. Constantly just speaking of what you have not accomplished does not make that appear. You know, all the manifestation gurus, girlies are always going to tell you you are what you attract. And in the sense, they are very true, because if all you think about is negative things about yourself, then how do you expect anything positive to bloom in this dark place within your mind? If it is constantly raining, if it is constantly storming in your own mind, then how do you expect flowers to bloom? There are no flowers blooming during a hurricane. You have to do the self-work of being kind to yourself, of giving yourself forgiveness, and also being encouraging. It's not about just stopping negative self-thoughts. It's also about creating a positive narrative about yourself. And we're going to talk more about that, babe, in another video when I have time to dedicate to just like changing your mental thoughts about yourself and how to do that. But we're just going to start with the very simple thing of giving yourself grace. I need you to treat yourself like you would your best friend. If you would be kind to your best friend in this situation, if you had to step out of your body and become her talking to you, what would she say to you? How would she treat you? And I want to make sure that you do the same. And if your best friend would say some negative things to you, then babe, she needs to go too, because she's not a friend. That's the enemy in the lurks. It's an op. It's an op in disguise. I know the world is tough. I know you may not be where you think you should be. There's a laundry list of things that we could all be doing to make things better. But we're not going to do them by saying negative about ourselves. We're going to do it by being positive. We're going to do it by encouraging ourselves, by being kind to ourselves, by having grace. The grace we extend to others, we need to double fold for ourselves. So royalty, if you made it to the end of the video, drop me a green emoji heart. I appreciate you for that. And tell me what you are struggling with right now. I know for me, this month of June is just craziness on 10. We're moving, I'm getting my daughter into summer camp, I am trying to make summer plans for her, go on vacation. So I am trying to keep it together and give my own self the grace that I know I deserve. And if nobody told you, don't forget, you are loved and cared for and thought of. Sincerely, Karissa.